What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT, That's Real Man Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man, coming to you with another great conversation piece on today. Before we get started, I want to thank you for joining me here on RMT. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Do me a favor before we get started. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, share this with someone that you think it could help. Let's get right into it. Today, we're going to talk about faith. Most of us say that we have faith. Most of us said that we practicing faith, but are you really practicing faith, and do you really have it? See, do you have faith for the things that you actually desire, or do you have faith to get the material things to show off to other people? Do you have faith to get those things to make other people jealous? Or do you have faith and desire to really work to the things and your goals that you're trying to accomplish? So let's go ahead and talk about it. See, one thing that we want to do is that we want to pray to God to give us the things that we don't want to work for. See, we want this hocus pocus type God. We want this genie in a bottle type God. We want this magician to come down and sprinkle some pixie dust on us, and magically all our dreams, magically all our goals will appear, and all of it will get done. See, we don't want to wake up early. We don't want to sacrifice our money. We want the instant gratification that we desire right then and there. See, that's one of our problems. See, we want to do what makes us look good with our money. All right, let me go there. We want to make sure that we got our hair done, nails done, haircut. We want to make sure we dress nice. We got on the best things. But do you have money if your tire blow out? See, ain't nobody gonna come and fix your tire because you look good. Now, some of the ladies might can get it, but it might come with the exchange of some services. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But ain't nobody, just because you dress nice, I'm gonna go and get you a new tire just because you dress nice, or just because you look a certain type of way. I'm not going to fix your car just because you look a certain type of way, or you doing this. Or you're not going to get these investments. You're not going to get this stock that you want. You're not going to get this business that you're trying to start, or you're trying to get this inventory for your business that you're trying to start. You're not going to be able to shoot these videos or buy this camera or whatever that you're trying to do if you don't have faith. And the first thing is, like, people think that faith is just, let me pray. And pray to God, Lord, in the name of Jesus, Lord, bless me with this, Lord, give me strength. Yeah. But then after the prayer, after the talk, it's come the action. See, that's the part of faith that people forget. Everybody want to talk and don't want to put any action behind the talking. See, the action is the part of the faith that really works. When you start moving and grooving and started researching and doing the things that you need to do to build the momentum to get to your goals. See, most of y'all want the talking part of faith and don't want the walking part of faith. We don't want the action and the doing and the sacrificing. We don't want that part. We want the easy road. Yes, we want the easy road. Listen. Okay, no, I don't want to do the push-ups to get the muscles, but I want the muscles though. I don't want to eat right to get the flat stomach. I want to have the surgery. See, the surgery is the words. The gym is the action. See, going out and get the lipo, that's the words. You see what I'm saying? But actually going to the gym, that's the action. Actually discipline yourself, that's the action. See, you can get off and do it easy over here. I'm going to get surgery, take pills, get shots or whatever, yeah. But the action come the eating right? Going to the gym daily, right? Doing those type of things on the doing these type of things on the regular. Yeah, being consistent at doing it on the regular. That's what's gonna build the true faith. See, y'all got to talking. Everybody let me see, man. Everybody like to get hyped up by emotions, right? Like when the preachers and get you all riled up. You like to listen to motivational speakers, right? Motivational speeches that get you turned up. I can do this. I'm pumped up today to go do this. All right, what about those days when you don't feel like it? All right? What about those days when you're sick? What about those days when you're depressed or you're thinking about that loved one that passed away or a loved one have passed away? Do you still got faith then? Let me ask you that. Do you still got faith then when everything going wrong, it's not going the way that you want it to go? Do you still have the faith then? That's when it truly kick in. All that talking and all that, that's all that motivation, that's one thing. But when you're down and out, that's when your true faith kick in. Yeah, that's when it really kicks in, when you down and out. See, everybody can say, I'm going to do this on a consistent basis. But when you start showing up on a consistent basis by yourself, faith is by yourself. See, everybody think it's easy to have faith in a group when everybody calling you, hey, you can do this. Texting you, oh, you can do this. Sending you an email or giving you a call or face-to-face. You coming in the groups and everybody motivating you to keep doing this and keep doing that. Yeah, that's easy. That's the talking part. But when you by yourself, when everybody ain't around, when nobody helping you, when you first starting out, ain't nobody helping you. Don't nobody want to do any research. Don't nobody want to set up no microphones, no cameras. Don't nobody want to invest no money. Don't nobody else believe in you, but you got the faith that this right here can go. You got the seed. It's planted inside of you. How it's gonna grow? Because let me say this. If you have a seed, you don't put it in the ground, you don't water it, nothing. If you just set a seed on the table and talk to it, do you think it's gonna grow? Let me ask you that. So the seed is your faith. And you set your faith on the table and you just talk to it. All you do is just talk to that seed. You just talk to your faith. You don't do nothing else. You just go every day, you just talk to it. It's getting brown, it's steady drying up. And you just talk to it. It's just sitting there. You just go by and talk to it every day. You talk to this seed every day on the table, right? But just say you don't never say nothing to the seed. But you take the seed and the seed that you have, you find out what's the best soil to put it in, right? So you find the soil to put that seed in. Okay, then you do research how often that you need to water this seed. Okay, this how often I need to water this seed. You haven't said anything, but you taking the steps. So now you watering the seed when it needs to be watered. Okay, now since you did research, you might need a little fertilizer. You put the fertilizer in there when you need to put the fertilizer in there, the amount that you need to put in there. Now all of a sudden you start getting a bud to come up out of the ground, right? You haven't said anything to it, but the actions that you putting forth is helping the seed grow because you putting action for it instead of just talking to the seed and letting it sitting on the table. You put action towards it, and even as the seed starts to sprout, right? Just say that the seed starts to sprout, and one of the leaves start to die off. You're like, dang, you got other leaves on them, but this one leaf started to die off. You're like, dang, what happened? Let me do some research. A couple of leaves start to die off. So now you're down to 2 leaves on there. You started with 5. You still got 2 leaves to go. And you realize, man, I put too much fertilizer in there. It's a learning lesson. When you start putting faith, when you start moving, you start putting your faith, you're going to start making mistakes. That's how you know that you starting to go in the right direction, because it's certain stuff that you're going to have to learn along the way. If you're not talking to somebody that have been through where you're trying to go, or even if you do, because you might be going down a different path, but you're going to have mistakes that come up. You're going to have stuff that happen. You're going to have bumps in the road that's going to come about. But guess what? When you have faith, you're going to continue to go. You're going to hit that bump, keep going. You might have a blowout and you might have to pull to the side and stop for a second to change that tire, right? It's just a little pause in this road that I'm going down. Now I put that tire in there, I'm back on the road going again. So now you putting faith towards that. You putting action toward it. The seed is not on the table. It's actually, put it in the pot, put it in the soil. You got the water, you got it growing. Now you want it to multiply. You want it to get bigger. So you're understanding how to grow this thing with your faith. And let me say this. Because what we'll do is that once we start growing things, we get so beside ourselves, we start thinking that we doing it. We start doing it. Our ego getting in the way instead of praying and having faith on what we was doing. Oh, I ain't got to pray no more. I ain't got to have faith. I got this. I got this. I'm going to just start talking to the plan again. Not putting no action towards it. I'm going to just start talking because how much I done got to, how much I done did. Now I know what to do. I don't need no faith because I know what I got it now. I don't need God no more. I got this. I'm doing this now. That's when we start to mess up. That's when a lot of people start to mess up because they putting faith inside of them and not putting faith inside of God, letting God work through them to work this thing out for them, right? So let me say this. A lot of us get mad because, let me say this too, because let me see how I can put this real quick. I'm going to say this. You get mad at people that making millions. You get mad at people that's making billions. These are the followers of God now I'm talking to. You get mad at people that's prospering in life, and you like, man, God, I'm barely holding on. I'm barely this. I'm barely that. One of the things that will demolish the faith that's in you, one of the things that'll do that is jealousy. And you know what jealousy, the stem from jealousy, is you not paying enough attention to your life. When you don't pay enough attention to your life, jealousy will kick in and that'll totally diminish your faith. It'll totally diminish your faith because you have started looking at somebody else, how their faith is working, and you looking at what you got like it's not enough, but you don't know what type of faith they had to get to what they get, to get to where they got. But you upset because of the little stuff that you got, the faith that you done put in, and you done got what you got. Now you jealous because they receiving more because they had a bigger faith to have those bigger things. They start putting the action towards, but in the background, you don't know how many L's in the talk. You don't know how many stressful nights that they done been up trying to fight, trying to pay this, rob Peter to pay Paul. They got to move this. They got to do this. You haven't been up doing that. You haven't been up doing your research, having some sleepless nights. I'm not saying that you got to stay up and work yourself to death. Of course you got to get rest. But the sacrifice that they made and the faith and belief that they have that they can do that, you don't have that. And so now instead of you having faith that what you have going to work out, you start to get jealous because you're too busy watching them. Stop watching them. Stop going on Facebook. Stop going on Instagram if you don't have your life together, or if you feel like I don't have mine together and you start looking at other people and wondering why you don't have what they have. Get off Facebook. Get off Instagram. Get off TikTok. Get off Snapchat. Get off any social media platform that'll make you feel some type of way until you can get enough confidence within yourself that you can have faith to go out there and do the same thing. You can go out there and do the same thing. See, a lot of people got more faith in evil stuff that, I'm going to tell you this. You can have people that's out here that's scheming, scamming, and you can have people that sell drugs. You can have people that do all type of wrong things. Even though they might say, you know what? I might get caught doing this, right? Might get caught selling drugs. Might get caught scamming. I might get caught doing any of the illegal things that I'm doing. I might get caught, right? But I'm willing to take the risk. See, some of y'all, fear has overshadowed you making your first step. You so afraid of making mistakes. You so afraid of thinking with everything that can go wrong. The person that's doing wrong, they know things can go wrong, but what if things go right? If things go right, I'm a hit. If things go right, I'm a hit. But you so concerned on everything going wrong that you get stagnant and never make one move. You never make one move because you're so afraid of what's going to go wrong. Your faith is based on what's going to go wrong and not what's going to go right. Their faith is based on what's going to go right, but what can go wrong. You the other way around. You focus on what's going to go wrong and what can go right. Focus on this. Focus on the things, the positive things of you taking this risk. I'm talking about calculated. I'm not saying take a foolish risk, but the calculated risk that go into doing this. Some of y'all don't have the faith. Some of y'all blow y'all money before you can even. Y'all are more comfortable. I ain't gonna say y'all because I have done it too. We are more comfortable blowing our money than taking a risk, and the money gonna be gone anyway. The time gonna be gone anyway. Don't you know people will be like, well, I ain't going to school. You gonna waste 4 or 5 years anyway. Well, I don't want to go into debt. You in debt anyway. It just might be on some frivolous. It might be on something that's material, but you in debt anyway. But you getting upset because somebody went into debt. Just say somebody went into debt buying some real estate. You went into debt buying a car. So with their real estate, they able to build their portfolio, but you upset because you went into debt buying a car. You went into debt going on a trip to Dubai. So y'all went into debt and both of y'all took a risk on spending your money. But see, one thing about taking a risk, when the risk feel good, when you can get that automatic gratification from that risk, them the risks everybody want to take. But when you don't get the automatic gratification off the risk, when you have to work to see it down the road, people don't want to see that because they want to see it right now. See, it's kind of like when you get ready to go on a trip, especially if you're driving or if you're flying or whatever, you cannot see your destination, right? If you're driving, you can't see your destination. If you've never been to the place before, you might know how it look, but you don't see your destination. But you got your GPS set on the direction that you need to go, right? But you can't see exactly where you're going. You can't stand outside and look 100 miles or 200 miles down the road. You can't do that. You can't do that. You might get some binoculars and look so far, but you can only see with your physical eye so far. So you got faith that these directions are going to take you to the spot that you need to go to. You hop in the car, you tap the directions in, and you take off driving because you got faith in your phone or the GPS that you have set that it's going to get you to your destination. Even though, just say that something come up that's in the road, just say the traffic and you got to take a detour. You trust that when you take that detour that the GPS got you, I'm still going to get to the right place because that's the faith you have in the GPS. But the faith is the GPS that's inside of you to get to your goals. But do you trust that? Even though you can't see the end right now, do you trust that GPS inside of you to get you to your goals or get you to the place that you want to be? Or are you not trusting? You trust more of your phone than what's inside of you to get where you need to get. Because that GPS telling you everywhere to turn. This place. And even if it's an accident, you can't even see up the road. An accident might make you stop for a little while. That don't mean that you're not going to get to your destination. You might just be sitting on the side of the road or sitting in the road until they get you off the side of the road. Until they get the flow of traffic to start back going and get the whatever happened. If it's an accident, get it to the side of the road. If it's something in the road, get it off of the road so you can be able to get to your destination. But you might have to stop for a little bit. But the GPS is still set on the goal. But if you never set in your GPS, if you say, I'm gonna get it done, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, it's something else to come up. A lot of us cannot capitalize on opportunities because the money that we have, it burns a hole in our pocket. We can't wait to look at an opportunity, to research it, and then jump on it. We want to hop on what's going to make us that money quick. What I can see right now. And that's what kills us a lot of time. Because we want that gratification right now. I want what I can feel and what I can see I want my stuff right now. I can't wait. I can't let it build. That's why we blow a lot of money. Some people can't stand to have money in their account. They can't stand to have some money right there. Money burn a hole in your pocket. That's what my pops used to say. The money is burning a hole in your pocket. You can't wait to get that money to somebody else. You can't wait to, instead of working with what you have, I got to get the latest and greatest or whatever. I got to get the new iPhone. Got to get the new iPhone. I got to get a new car. I got to get a new camera. I got to get a new mic. I got to get new equipment. I always got to get something new. I always got to upgrade. I can't work with what I got to build what I have and then upgrade from that point. I can't do it. I got to always upgrade. I got to get something better. I got to do something to make me feel good. That way I don't have to work my faith. That way I ain't got to work my faith. I want to do something to make me feel good. Once I do something to make me feel good, I ain't got to worry about working my faith because I'm feeling good. So what are you going to do to work your faith? I'm talking about not talk. I ain't talking about tell people, oh, well, I'm finna do this. I'm finna do this. And I got this coming up. And I'm going to take him to do this. And once I get this money, I'm going to put this money back. Some of y'all can't even say $5 a paycheck. Some of us, I ain't going to say y'all. Some of us can't even say $5 a paycheck. Can't even say $5 a paycheck. But you can always get some McDonald's. You always can get some Sonic. You always can catch the movies. You always can catch all these other things. But instead of just sitting back and enjoying and saving your money to be able to work your faith with something that you have a goal in mind. And then necessarily, let me say this too. Because everybody will say, well, you just focus on material. Let's say this. You can't even work your faith. You can't even work your faith to be the type of person that you want to be. Let's go there. Since you think I'm talking about just money, let's go there. You are afraid to be who you really want to be because certain people not going to like you. Certain people not going to be around. You like who you are because everybody like it. Everybody like your posts. Everybody share your posts. So if I change who I am to better me and people don't like that, oh man, I can't change. I don't have faith enough say that once I change and do what I need to do, that I can feel good about myself. But I can't do that because how other people feel about me, about how other people feel about me, or how other people view me. Some people don't want to work their faith because they are afraid of what people think about them or how people gonna view just you. Not anything that you gain, anything that you have, but just bettering, just making yourself better. Let me ask you this. If you don't have faith in God, you don't have any faith in goals, if you don't even you don't even believe in God, do you have faith in yourself? Do you have faith within yourself that you can do certain things? It's been times that fear has stopped me from having faith to doing what I need to do. I have fear of losing friends. I have fear of being successful and leaving everybody behind. I have fear of even coming on this camera, even doing a podcast just by myself, just doing it solo. I had stopped for a little while because I had fear what I'm going to go on here and talk about. Are they going to listen to me? Am I going to have enough material? What I need to come up with? This and that. I had almost talked myself out of even doing the podcast anymore. Let's go there. I'm talking about everybody else. I almost talked myself out of even wanting to do the podcast anymore. Because I ain't have faith that I had enough to be able to do it on my own. I had to start building my faith up. I had to start turning this camera on. I ain't need to buy no more equipment. I ain't need to buy no new mics. I ain't need to buy no new lights. I ain't need to buy none of that. What I need to buy was some faith. I had to go to the Wiz to go get me some faith. I had to start getting on my knees and praying. But what was the use of praying if I wasn't going to turn on the camera? Right? What's the use of praying if I wasn't going to jot down some notes, see how I can improve what I'm doing by myself. What's the use of even praying? A lot of y'all praying for faith to do something and never put any action, never put anything in God's hands to work with. Y'all just want God to, voila. You don't want to put nothing in his hands to work with. Put something in his hands so he can work with it. He ain't got nothing to work with. You got nothing to work with. You're not trying anything. You sit here with your hands folded, sitting on your hands and not doing nothing, giving him nothing to work with, but you want to be upset. So what I started doing with the podcast, I started getting on here recording myself. I got plenty of episodes I recorded by myself that's not even out, and I probably won't never put them out, but I started back just getting up on here and record, see what sound good. Okay, I ain't like the way that turned out. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me start back doing this. Then when my brother passed away, I stopped for a little while. It hurt me. Because I wanted to do an episode so bad with my brother that it hurt my soul when he passed away, and I didn't have a chance to do an episode with him. It hurt me, man. And I wanted to stop again. And that was and when my brother passed away, that was at the same time that my boy EIG, shout out to my boy EIG. You know, my boy EIG, he had a situation going on. And so he had to go ahead and part, you know, from the podcast. And man, shout out to him because he helped me build a lot of this to the point that it's at now. So I appreciate you, EIG, man. Shout out to you, bro. And after he left, my brother passed away. So it was like a month or so. I didn't even drop no episode. I'm praying and all that, so I finally started back recording. Started back getting back on here. Started back being consistent and just record. I wasn't even putting no episodes out. I was just record. I just got memory cards just full of records of stuff that I might not even put out. Stuff I was just on the event and I didn't have any kind of structure to it. So I finally started working a plan to come up, okay, this is how I'm going to structure it. This one I'm going to start talking about. This one I'm going to start doing. This one I'm going to start adding. And I started layering it and started working my faith to get back on here. Start back dropping stuff. Start back being consistent. Start back doing what I need to do to practice my faith. Once my faith started doing, then I started putting stuff out. Then that's when God started, okay, well, talk about this. Talk about that. Do this. Put that in there. But it took me to not talk, not just pray, but put some action behind it. Where's your action behind that faith? Where the action behind it? When you gonna stop talking about it? When you gonna start telling your friends about it? When you gonna stop posting about it? And when you gonna start doing it? And while you doing it, why you gotta post when you get an inch down the road? I'm finna post about this. I want folks to get jealous. That's the thing. I want folks to get jealous because I'm doing this and I'm doing this. Why? Continue to work. Faith don't need an audience. If you need an audience, you don't have no faith because you need audience. So everybody talking about they living in faith. Faith don't have audience. If you don't need no audience, you can work that faith still. If you got an audience, you can work that faith still. So what are you gonna do? You gonna step out on faith, or you gonna continue to make excuses? I have made excuses before. You know, I made excuses. Oh, they only doing that because of somebody doing something. Oh, they only doing that because they family did that for them. Oh, they only doing that because they got good credit. That's the only reason they can do that. Oh, they only doing that because I always got an excuse on why somebody else being successful. They only doing that because of. I might have to do an episode of that. They only doing that because of, and you getting jealous and you coming up in your mind, you creating a situation to make you feel better about yourself. That's what you're doing. You coming up with scenarios in your head because you delusional about you not having enough faith. You being afraid to get out and doing what you need to do. The delusion and the fear got you stuck and you can't even practice your faith because that got you stuck and you don't want to move. So you coming up with excuses on other people that's practicing their faith and doing what they need to do, going out there, accomplishing their goals, going out there having success, going out there being a better person. You are upset and jealous because you don't have enough faith to go out and do it yourself. I'm going to tell you this. If you're looking for everybody to pat you on the back, you might as well get ready to not have no faith then. If you're looking for somebody to always encourage you, might as well get ready to not have no faith then. But I tell you this. Listen up. I tell you this. You can do it. You probably got to do it by yourself, but you can do it. If somebody come along with you, yes, good. But if they don't, you still can do it. But it's gonna have to be an action plan and not a talking plan. Put some action behind that faith and see what's gonna happen. And once you put some action behind that, put some consistency behind it. Put some drive behind that and see what you come up with. Because you can't be lazy and have faith and be lazy. I'm praying and then I'm lazy. No. Have faith, but not only have faith, put some action behind it, put some consistency behind it, put some drive behind it, and see what God do. Put something in his hands to work with and see what he gonna do. See what he gonna do. You'll be amazed how far you'll get down the road. Now, am I saying this gonna be all peaches and cream? No. I'll be lying to you. I'll be lying to you to say that once you have faith and you put actions in there, that everything gonna work out perfect. It's not. It's not. Stuff is gonna happen. People gonna pass away. You're gonna have problems. You're gonna have folks that want to talk to you no more. You're gonna have people that don't want to be around you no more. You're gonna have so many issues that come up. But that's a part of having faith. Are you gonna keep going? Let me use this for example. So many people that was out there selling drugs and became successful, they took losses. They learned about what's the best product to sell. They learned about who to get it from at the best price so they can flip it and make a profit. They learned about all that. They learned about what police they need to pay off. They learned about all that. They learned about all the risk and reward that comes along with it. They kept on going. Some people that might got passed away, lost their life. They kept on going. Through all that in order to be successful in doing the wrong thing. Now, you doing the right thing. They was doing wrong and all the bad thing was happening. They kept going. You doing the right thing. Are you willing to keep going doing the right thing? And see, at the end of this road, it's not going to be jail or death for you. It ain't. It's going to be a better person. It's going to be your goals getting accomplished. It's going to be a better life for you altogether. It's going to be more confidence for you altogether. It's going to be a better relationship for those who love God. It's going to be a better relationship with you and him at the end of the road. That's what's going to happen. Because you're doing something legal, you're doing something right, and you're doing something positive. So the outcome is always going to be good. Now, am I saying that everything that you do is going to be successful? No. Because while you're going on this journey, it might be something down the road, a skill that you pick up that help you more than what you're trying to get to. And that might be the thing for you. You never know. Yeah, so listen. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Listen, if you want to get social, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Real Men Talk Podcast. Like I said, if it's anybody that y'all want to come on here, inbox me on any of those platforms and let me know. If there's any subjects you want to hear me talk about, inbox me or drop something in the comments and let me know. All right, until then, appreciate y'all. Peace.